Welcome back to Sober Summer Series 2026, and today we are making the second drink in the series. And after starting strong with hibiscus, rosehip, and ginger, I wanted this one to go in a different direction. The first drink was bold, red, tart, and dramatic. This one is lighter, greener, brighter, and a little bit softer around the edges. So today we are making lemon balm limeade. And I love this one because it's simple and not boring. That's just I'm in my kitchen with my kids running around. Even it's fresh, citrusy, a little herbaceous, and very much built for the kind of hot day where you want something cold in your hand that does not make your body feel worse afterward. And we're going to the pool later. So this is not medical protocol. This is not a calm down drink in the annoying internet way. This is just a summer drink built around a real herb, real flavor, and a preparation that actually makes sense. So let's root in. For this recipe, we're using lemon balm, lime, a tiny pinch of salt, some ice, which of course I forgot, and a little bit of sweetener. You can also top it with some sparkling water if you want, which I will do. But that part is optional. The main herb here is the lemon balm, which we have steeping already right here. Lemon balm is one of those herbs that people often flatten into the calming herb. And while that is part of her reputation, I think she deserves a little bit more respect than that. Traditionally, lemon balm has been used as a nervous system herb, a mood lifting herb, and a gentle herb. But in a drink like this, I am not using lemon balm because I want to make a giant medical claim. We don't do that here. I'm using it because she's fresh and she's lemony and she's green and she fits beautifully in a summer drink. And she has a long history of being used by people that want something a little bright and settling. So that's different from saying that this drink treats anxiety. The herb can support the mood without it being treated like medicine. And a plant can have a traditional reputation without us turning it in like one glass of limeade is going to cure everything. That is the line that's the line that I care about. So lemon balm is here for flavor, for tradition, for soft green brightness, and because it makes a really good base for a summer herbal drink. Now, because I'm using dried lemon balm, I am going to make an infusion first. So for about 2 servings, I'm using 2 tablespoons of lemon balm to 16 ounces of water, which this one's I've already steeped for about 10-15 minutes, which is about how long you want to steep it for. If you're using fresh lemon balm, use less because it already has because it already has a bunch of moisture in it and it's going to take more. I added dried lemon balm to my jar and 16 ounces of water for this one. Now I'm going to strain it, and I am only steeping it for that long because I don't want it to oversteep. We don't want like a lawn clipping situation. So it's only going in for about 10 to 15 minutes. And that gives the water the time to pull out the flavor without making the whole thing taste gross. Of course, I'm not going to be able to get this honey out. So while that's steeping and I'm trying to get this honey out, let's talk about the lime. Lime turns this from a lemon balm tea to a lemon balm limeade. That gives her that sharp, bright edge that makes it feel cold and refreshing. Lemon balm has a soft lemon quality, but not sour like citrus. So we're adding the citrus. So lime gives it that. That acidity matters because cold drinks, they need that brightness. When something is served over ice, the flavor can get muted really fast. So between the lemon balm infusion, the lime juice, the sweetener, we're building a drink that still tastes like something after the ice starts melting it, right? So sweetener, again, let's talk about that. Honey I'm using, as you can see. Simple syrup would be really easy to use also too, sugar, whatever. But if you're using honey, add it while the infusion is still warm, and so it'll dissolve properly. And so just add to taste, and then I'm adding a tiny pinch pinch of salt, not enough to make it salty, just enough to make the flavors wake up. And that's one of those small, you see that? One of those small drink making tips that make a huge difference. So a tiny pinch of salt can make the citrus taste a little bit brighter and the sweetness taste more rounded and make the drink feel less flat. So now that the lemon balm is steeped and hot still, I'm going to strain it. And as you can see, it's not as dramatic as hibiscus. She's not giving blood red potion, but she's giving soft summer green, yellow. Not every herbal drink needs to look like it was brewed under a full moon. So anyway, some of them are allowed to just be soft and gentle and chill. So I sweetened it while it was still warm. I added the lime juice in there already to help start breaking everything down. And then I did a half a lime to start with, but you can make it sharper or add more if your limes are small or dry. Mine are very juicy. I can even just, bitch. So anyway, everything's in there. Stir it all up together. And there you go. I'm going to pour this over some sparkling water. Now, if it tastes too sharp, add a little bit more sweetener. If it tastes too sweet, add a little bit more lime. If it tastes too strong, dilute it with some cold or sparkling water. If it tastes too flat, it probably either needs more citrus or another little pinch of salt. So, pause. So now we are pouring over ice. And I did get some sparkling water. And sparkling water just makes it feel a little more special if you are someone who misses the ritual of having a drink in your hand, which I get sometimes. I'm 4 years sober. But this will make you feel nice without having alcohol involved. And that's part of why I like this series, because sober summer and sober drinks don't need to be childish. They don't need to be boring. And they don't have to be fake cocktails. They can just be really good drinks and with real plants and enough intention to have them be worth making again. So this is the Lemon Balm Limeade. Fresh, bright, citrusy, and very easy to adjust. If you want more calming in the vibe, keep it still water. If you want soft and nice, I mean, it's all nice, but if you want more summer party action, sparkling water is great. If you want more tartness, increase the lime. If you want it more rounded, use honey and a little softer on the citrus, which is kind of why I did this, because I'm going to give some to make it later. Before we wrap up, though, let's talk about cautions. Lemon balm is generally gentle for many people, especially as a simple tea style drink. But not gentle does not mean irrelevant. Use caution. If you take sedatives, sleep medications, thyroid medications, or if you have a thyroid condition, if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or preparing for surgery, heavily medicated, or making this for someone with medical complexity, check with a qualified clinician. Also, lime can bother some people with reflux or mouth irritations, so adjust the citrus if your body does not love acidic drinks. And if you use honey, again, not with the babies under 1. As always, this is herbal education, and a summer drink is not medical advice. Know your herbs, know your body, know your medications. That is part of good herbalism too. If you want more sober summer drinks built around real herbs and actual flavor, then follow along. This is only episode 2. Save this one if you want to make it later. It's really good. And my kids like it. And tell me what you want next. You want something more calming again? You want another tart one? I can do creamy, mineral rich, fruity. Want me to throw a bunch of weird stuff together, goblin style? Let's do it. This is Lemon Balm Limeade for Sober Summer 2026. No alcohol, no detox claims, no sad mocktail energy, just herbs, flavor, and summer.